Welcome to Dialed on Fast Company. I'm Amber Mack. On today's episode, I catch up with Chris Anderson to get his secret recipe for productivity success and to talk about the future of the maker revolution.
Well, what I'm talking about and what I'm doing are the same thing. I'm talking about the maker movement, or what we call the new industrial revolution. This is, the application of desktop manufacturing, spread of that. I'm an example of it. I got started with it about 5 years ago, and in December I quit my job as editor of Wired to run my own manufacturing company, which is now quite big, and I think we actually have more employees than Wired already. So,
you obviously think there are lots of benefits to this do-it-yourself world out there, right? For young people, for families.
In the same way that, you know this better than anybody, but once you get your own blog or your own, video camera or whatever, you realize that you can be a creator and a consumer. And this is the message of this generation, is that we're all both. We create and we consume. We create different things than the ones we consume. We might consume Hollywood stuff, but create amateur stuff. But, we all have something to say, one way or another, even just for ourselves. And tools are cheap and easy enough to do it.
One thing that I find really interesting after watching your career for quite a few years now is how you've really adapted and you've taken on new roles and responsibilities based on what's happening in our economy. Can you talk a little bit about how you know the timing is right to maybe switch and try something new?
So I'm very big on doing stuff. I'm an experiential learner, I guess. Interesting, my company I'm running right now is built on an experiment I did with my kids. I'm always trying to get my children interested in science and technology, and failing again. So I started a site called Geek Dad, which was designed to come up with projects to do with your kids. They'll teach them science and technology. My kids had no interest in the site. The site is now very successful, run by other people. My kids had no interest. As a matter of fact, it completely backfired, because once I set up the site to find projects to do with them, not only would they not do the project, but they also suspected that any projects we did do, I was doing for the sake of the site. It's like, are you blogging this guy? Which is true, I was. And then the drones, which is what we do right now, started as a project to get the kids interested in robotics. They were so bored by 2D robots. I was like, well, what if the robot could fly? They had no interest in that question. I went right down the rabbit hole, and that got me into 3D printing and Arduino and open source hardware and aerial robotics, and today it's a big company. So all of this came from doing. I just sort of feel like this is the golden age of experimentation. Is, read about stuff, but after you read about it, try it.
In your life, are there certain things that you do or don't do in order to stay productive?
Yes, so here's my productivity secret. It's the best secret I've got, I'm telling you all now. Don't watch television. Don't watch any television, zero, no television.
If you don't watch television and you don't necessarily watch the news, are there things that you do to unwind and to get away from work ever?
That's a good question. Tennis? Yeah, not much. No, I'm pretty tightly wound.
Yeah.
I like work. I'm not a great unwinder.